Hey, welcome back to Vic's Views. I want to give you guys my personal opinion and view about Hypnotic. This is number 4 on Netflix. Now, this movie blew me away. It's an hour and 29 minutes about this girl. You know, it's basically about this girl. She gets hypnotized, and the guy is a doctor, and he's trying to, basically he's trying to help her, all right? But he ain't really helping her. He had a little twist. And what I like about this movie, at first I didn't think I was going to like it. It's one of those movies, you guys, remember, this is called Vic's Views. This is I give you my views and opinions about a lot of different things on this channel. So I want to make sure I say that in every video, okay? So I don't do reviews. I just give you my opinion. I really love this movie. It has a nice little twist. You know, I see some YouTubers and people that actually review movies. They know how to dissect things and say this and say that. But I didn't see anything wrong with this movie. Just the setup of it all and stuff like that. But this guy, I could not figure out what was his motive of doing all this to these people, you know. And then and this girl, man, she just seems like she can't get going. You know, she had a breakup with her boyfriend, and then her and her boyfriend, they looked like they was gonna tie the knot at one time, and then she got pregnant and they lost the baby, and she couldn't handle that, and it caused them to break up. And then she ends up going to this party, and her friend, as she goes to her party, and she didn't really want to go, but she's kind of like in this certain place in her life where she just ain't got much energy to do nothing. She just ain't got no zest because she's dealing with the loss of that little baby, you know. And she had a name picked out, and she let it affect her so much that she just couldn't deal with her boyfriend that she was pregnant by, and they was probably going to get married and stuff, and they broke up. And then, her friend invited her to a party, because her friend, everybody's trying to get her to get, because it's hard, man, trying to get back on track when something happens in your life. I get it. So I love that part of how this movie was, so it had me going. I was like, okay, I can see, And so she goes to the party, and then she told her girlfriend, she goes, I don't want to go if he's there. And sure enough, he was there. And the thing I understand is, like, when she looks at him, she thinks of the baby they lost, because the baby was alive for, like, I guess 30 minutes. She had a chance to hold it and everything. That would mess you up. So I love how they did the setup. Well, while they was at that party, she introduced him to this guy that's he's a doctor. He's hypnotics. He puts you to sleep, and he gets you to. So he give her card and stuff. And then so she ends up going to him. He said, I can help you. To try to get you to get yourself. I want to take you back to where all this happened, and I could get you to have these steps to get yourself to get. Because when she, anyway, so she ended up going after a couple of days. Well, when she went, she sat on the couch, and he got his legs, he's got his legs crossed like some guy. You know how people sit there and talk to you when you're bummed out and stuff. And he was like, well, let me know all what's going on and everything. So she's laying down, and she was telling him everything, and and he did a good job. I was sitting there going, okay, where's this going? So then he said, well, let me hypnotize, let me put you down, I guess, where they hypnotize you or something. I don't know. Hypnotics is what it's called. So anyway, she shuts her eyes, and then he does all this stuff, and then when she wakes up, she kind of feels better, and she was telling him before he did that she needs to eat better, and she needs to work out more like she used to, and then when she woke up, he says, he was telling her, he goes, well, why don't you ask your ex-fiance and have him over for dinner? Well, he's allergic to olives, okay? If he eats olives, it could kill him. He's that allergic to them. Because there are people in the world that's allergic to certain foods. So, man, so she had him over, and then I'm watching the movie. It shows her going to the store, and then it flips to her looking at the table, and he's not there. And then she goes in there, and he's got all this blood coming out of his mouth, and she calls the ER, and they take him to the hospital. He's in this deep coma, and they don't know if he's going to come out and stuff like that. So as the movie progresses, you find out what this doctor is up to. While I was watching it, I did put some things together. I said, does he like her? Or is he in love with her? Is he doing this for his kicks or something like that? And what this guy would do is he got so deep into their mind that he would call them and he would say one word and he would make them black out. But they wouldn't faint. He would make them black out. He could make them sit down. He could make them stop walking. This movie is really, really good. Netflix, man, I'm telling you, they're killing it. But, you know, people always seem to find something wrong with Netflix's movies. But this one, Hypnotics, man, it is really good. And I figured out what he was doing because I was like, because there was a cop that was investigating him. Because, see, the movie opens up with this woman that was one of his clients. And she went into the elevator and there wasn't nothing going on in the elevator. And she thought that the elevator was coming in to crush her. And so the cop that was investigating her murder, she was trying to tell him that this doctor, which this girl is seeing now, there's something bad about him. And I was trying to put two and two together. Now, after I started seeing pictures of all the chicks that he was doing this to, I figured it out. But I didn't kind of figure it out until the very end when you seen his so-called, his wife that died. His wife died. He took his wife's death hard. So there's a little twist to that, but I don't want to give it away. Well, I'm telling you, man, Hypnotics, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm just giving you my view. This is not a review. This is just me telling you that I think this is a very well together movie. I thoroughly entertained. I was thoroughly entertained. I had no issues with this movie at all. I love the ending, and I just love what he was doing. And this doctor was pretty slick because he used two people in his hypnotics thing, and he used them, and then something happened to one of her best friends, and then something happened to this Asian chick, and they really had nothing to do with what he was trying to do, but he used them to throw everybody off. And then you had you had the cop that was investigating him from the girl that said she was getting crushed by the elevator. And when she got crushed by the elevator, she never really got crushed by the elevator. He just planted in her mind that she's going to get crushed by the elevator. Then when it showed her sitting on, when it showed her, when the other girl that's the main protagonist, the woman we're talking about right now, she goes to this cop because she figures out there's something off about this doctor that does this hypnotic stuff on you. So, you know, they're working together, but then he takes her and shows a picture of the woman that called him just before she died. And he said he was trying to show her, he said he showed a film of her in the elevator, and the girl's looking, he goes, there's nothing going on. I don't understand what happened to her. He goes, but when we got her, you know, but when we took her to the morgue, her body and the way they shot her dead body and had it stretched out, and she died of just fear, and because she thought she was literally getting crushed, and the elevator wasn't doing nothing because that hypnotic guy planted that in her. This is very good. So anyway, that's my view and my opinion on this movie. Like I said, this is not a review. I'm just giving you guys my view and my opinion. So God bless, take care, and we'll catch you in the next video.